Keidane, the season just progressed nicely again last weekend, a couple of wins. Your only chance to be at home in the month and then going across the border to get a victory. But talk about the second half of matches. We've been very successful this season, and that continued over the weekend.
Well, the team has been very responsive to the information we give them at the half, and so they come out and they execute really well. And a lot of it is just they start to feel comfortable with what the other team is bringing to the table, and they make some of the adjustments themselves.
Jocelyn Jeffers finally got on the score sheet Friday, and then backed it up with a 2-goal match Sunday. You have done some different things with her, mixing her as a starter off the bench, just trying to find the right matchups, the right amount of minutes, or what are you doing with Joss? It's been successful.
Well, just to try to help her find her rhythm. She's been a little bit out of sync and trying to find her way, and as we've changed some things, we wanted to try to give her a chance to just get after it and be more aggressive going to goal. And Friday we finally found it, and she carried it into Sunday really well.
Michaela Castaigne continues to be a leader, at least on the offensive side of things. Ranked among the nation's leaders now, not only leading the conference. What kind of problems does she present for opposing teams?
Well, she's just one of those players that sometimes you just lose, you forget about for a while, and then all of a sudden she finds space and time, and she makes teams pay. So she's one of those that hopefully that will continue to happen, but I think now her name is out there, so they're going to mark her a little bit more, and she's going to have to be a little bit more creative finding ways, but I think she can do it.
Another interesting week for your program. You start conference play Thursday, a short week, and then wrap up non-conference play Sunday. But talk about UCLA first and just how talented this team is, and maybe how it compares to the Duke team that you've already seen this year.
Well, I think the difference in UCLA and Duke is that Duke has just been together longer in this specific unit. UCLA is equally as talented and provides some different challenges, but they're not quite as cohesive in what they're trying to do just yet. And that's not to say they're not dangerous. They're going to present some great challenges for us, but you know, two top 5 teams, pick and choose your poisons. It is what it is.
The one maybe advantage you guys have is that you've been on the road a lot. There's obviously familiarity with UCLA and a Santa Clara program that we've seen as recently as last year. So I don't think your kids will be intimidated by either one of those teams.
No, they seem really excited. You know, the national TV broadcast, the 2 teams that they know that are ranked pretty well. So for them, it's an exciting opportunity, and I think they're ready for the battles.
You've had 7 matches to look at a lot of different people, a lot of different combinations. Have you figured out exactly the going forward what the core unit's going to be? Does that change this week, or do we continue to see the same modes?
I think we've got a good core group. You know, I think we could probably start anywhere from, you know, our normal 11 to plus 2 or 3 more. So it'll still be in that same number. But I think we've got a group for this particular game that we're excited about, and they're going to cause UCLA hopefully a little bit of problems.
How much do you talk with your team about maybe what has to happen over the long run of conference? I know you take it one game at a time, the cliche, but you have to have talked a little bit about what needs to get accomplished during the conference season.
Well, I told them about my experiences coming from an Auburn where we had a postseason tournament. And in the Pac-12 you don't get that. So beginning with Hawaii, we wanted to start preparing ourselves for every game being as important as a postseason game, because at the end of it, that will determine whether we're in the postseason or not. So we're just trying to get in that frame of mind now and play our conference season that way.
And then last question, the bad news is you get the short week to prepare for UCLA. On the back end, though, you get the extra day for Santa Clara. What does that do to change your preparation in a week?
You know, luckily we've been crescendoing, so to speak, to this point. We've been preparing for this point, so we feel comfortable about the things that we're trying to do, and so now it's more fine-tuning, and it just gives us another day to kind of get our legs back under us and then go back out and do what we do again.
All right, thanks for the time. Best of luck in California.
Thanks so much.